Spoilers ahead! I watched Blank Page. It's a found footage movie about a writer who decides to start a vlog to follow his journey in writing a book. He's been having a lot of trouble lately with finishing his writing projects, and so he makes the vlog as part of that process, trying to motivate himself. There begins to be some scratching at his door at night, but when he opens the door, nothing's there, and it constantly haunts him at night. The movie takes place over the course of many days, probably about a month and a half. So he puts up with not getting sleep for quite a while. And eventually he gets sick of it. Eventually it escalates to pounding on the door, and he opens the door to try to confront whatever is out there and gets knocked out. Wakes up in his backyard. Like most people in ghost movies, he leaves. He immediately packs his bags and leaves. He ends up going to his ex's house, and eerie noises begin coming from the barn. The scratching is moved to the barn now. And eventually it moves back into the bedroom of this house that he went to stay in. So after about 10 days, whatever it is back. This movie is interesting. I'm not going to say that it's a great movie, but it got me thinking and kept me engaged enough. Most of it is just a guy sitting around talking to the camera. Spoilers ahead, as I said at the beginning, but it ends up where the creature, or whatever it is, begins pounding on the door of the bedroom, and he decides he's going to wait it out. So the scratching continues, and he waits in the bedroom for a long time, peeing in the corner and not eating food, not getting water. And eventually, he puts a gun in his mouth, and he's about to be driven nuts, about to end his life. And when he does, the scratching stops, and it begins making strange noises, kind of a hissing and garbled speech. And through the door, he talks to whatever is on the other side of the door. We can't understand it, but he can, and he holds a conversation. Eventually, he opens the door and leaves. And what's so interesting about this is next comes a confession that he killed his spouse and the person that they cheated with him on. He says their bodies are in the freezer, and that's what we get. He leaves, and there's no more mention of what that could have been. And that's why I find it interesting. Was it an angel? Was it some kind of neutral being trying to make him confess? It doesn't seem like it was a demon or a ghost even. He didn't recognize the voice as somebody like his spouse or the cheating person who his spouse was with. There's no recognition there. So was it an angel? Was it somebody trying to get him to repent? Very interesting. I'm going to give it a 2 out of 5 because it's not a very exciting movie. Not a whole lot happens. I feel like with the concept of a writer keeping a vlog to keep himself motivated, more could have been put in to not necessarily pad the movie out, but to have it feel like a full movie. As it stands, a lot of it ends up just feeling like we're waiting for the next night to happen, like Paranormal Activity style, but I'm not a fan of that style. Still, this was an interesting movie, and it made me think, and it left us with a vague ending, and I appreciate those sometimes, so well done.